I'm proud of our students. They have worked so hard the last 4 years, and for them to go back and to then inspire our younger students and to say thank you to some teachers along the way is a special deal. You know, everything we do is about our students, how we can educate, how we can empower, how we can inspire them, and then they get to then in turn give that to our younger students, inspiring and empowering and educating them, our younger kids, what it looks like to be a Blue Jacket graduate.
The Legacy Walk was brought to us as an idea from our students. So we love that our student voice showed up in this way. Addison and other leaders of this class of 25 approached us this winter and asked if we would be willing to coordinate such an event where they can come back and show our younger students how powerful and impactful it is to graduate from high school, to be a high school graduate. And likewise for our high school graduates to be able to go back and thank their teachers and show other students, the younger generation, about what it's like. We hope to make it a tradition, Legacy Walk. So it's about being able to walk out in front of the younger generation and be able to model the way for them, right? To be able to celebrate the moment and to also show what happens at the end of a long journey that you invest a lot of time and effort into. So lots of pride and lots of joy that happens in an event like this.
The name Blue Jacket itself is because of tradition of community support. And so when we can start things like this, where we can start new traditions, and then this senior class, the class of 2025, can look back in 20 years and said, we started that, and it gives them a connection. And so very thankful to our elementary principal colleagues for allowing this to happen, for having us visit their schools and to encourage and inspire their students, as well as our kids go back and kind of put the whole picture. Like, I walked these halls as a kindergartner. That was my classroom as a 5th grader. That's a special deal for our seniors as they walk out of here. It's one last time for them to go back and see what made them who they are.
For me, it's all about the journey and having our high school kids think back to the fond memories of what elementary is all about, and then having our younger kids think about what it can be. And I think day to day, week to week, year to year, we kind of get confused and the mission gets blurry. And I think today brought it home when we saw the faces of our high school kids and the encouragement that our elementary kids gave them as they proceeded through here. It's just amazing. The energy was really high, and I think when they saw them in their gowns and their caps, I think that just raised the bar. And we knew the big kids were coming, the high school kids were coming, but again, when they saw them walk through, it was real. So yeah, the energy was high this morning, for sure. Superintendent Dr. Rudolph, who sometimes says we start and then we get better. And I think this was a great first walk. But I think, again, I could do a better job communicating out, having our kids wear Blue Jacket attire, making the signs, bring some noisemakers, and then again, just get the atmosphere a little bit better. But again, I think we're looking forward to year number 2, and again, we will make it better.
I think the students that participated in the Legacy Walk can feel more connected in the community, but just by seeing all the extra support and the cheering that took place with the kids walking through, and our primary students and staff just really supporting, celebrating their lifetime success here. There was a lot of excitement about the Legacy Walk when it was first talked about, just to hear and see how well the students advocated at the high school to share that they wanted to revisit their former schools. In previous districts, I've been a part of some of these Legacy Walks, and it's just really pretty amazing and pretty heartwarming to see just the connection that those students get back when they get back to their previous buildings. I think just involving our earliest students, our youngest students, in this whole tradition, and then continue to do it throughout as they progress, they get to build that excitement that over time will continue to grow, and it'll become just a regular tradition that they have. And really excited for just our seniors to see what the littles are doing and kind of just check out their old classroom. So I think just continuing to move forward and always trying to find ways to make it better. I think the planning and preparation across the district went very, very well. I think a lot of needs were anticipated, and always some extra challenges come up, but if you're willing to be flexible and communicate that out, I think things like this can happen more often.
I don't know at first if they really understood what doing this legacy walk and the seniors are coming. I don't know if they really knew what that meant. So I think today, to see it and to be part of that, and we talked about on our announcements this morning, it's it's year one. This is this new tradition that we get to start with a class of 25. So I think that they were excited. I don't think they even really totally understood what they were excited for until it happened, but it was so fun to see their faces. The cap and gown is kind of an awe for them, and to see that, and we had Pomp and Circumstance playing, so just kind of an experience. It was really sweet to see too. I know we had a couple of older siblings, that were able to hug their younger sibling and make that connection. That was really, kind of heartwarming, because their paths don't cross. They don't ride the same bus anymore. They don't, don't see each other in school very often, and so to be able to have that special moment together was really it'll be fun, and I think to see the students, there were some really cute signs that, they worked together, and so even to see next year when they know what that is, so, to see those third graders next year as fourth graders, kind of what they might come up with, or how they might decide they want to celebrate our seniors next year, now that they have an understanding of what, the legacy walk is.
I think it's a great opportunity for all of our seniors to be able to come back to their school where they started their career. And it was an opportunity for our teachers to be able to just give that extra congratulations. I know this was the first time many of our students been back in our building, and that excitement was so there and just resonated with everyone. So it was a great opportunity for everyone involved. Our kids were excited to be able to congratulate them. Our kids were excited to create the banners, and just clapping and just seeing some of the students that they'd maybe seen that had volunteered here before, or some of them recognized or related to some of them. So that excitement was there from preschool all the way through second grade. I think history was created today, in a sense. What I mean by that is our kids are seeing what it looks like when students get to that level of graduation. As a kindergartner, first grader, second grader, they don't really understand the impact, but they get to see these older students walking down the aisle, down the hallways with their caps, their gowns, smiling, excited, and they get to kind of see that end result for them and what they want to do. So I do feel it just creates that synergy and excitement through our entire building, and I see our kids hopefully wanting to do that someday too. And like I said, I think we're going to see this year after year, which builds so much excitement for our entire community. There was great collaboration with Dr. Gibbs and us as elementary principals, and then my opportunity to work with our team to make it happen. Definitely I can see us getting bigger and bigger with it, but ultimately I think what we started today was absolutely outstanding. And again, big shout out to Dr. Gibbs and his team to be able to make this all happen. I know he's shared with us over and over, thank you to us as elementary principals to make it happen. And I think it's just a great example of how we all work together for each and every student. So it's truly every student, every day. When we have events like this and throughout this community, it just shows this Blue Jacket pride. It just shows the value that we have for all of our students. And when I mean all, from preschool through beyond high school even. And to me, it just resonates so well, and it just shows how this tight-knit community is working together to ensure that every student's getting what they need. And today was a great level of gratitude that we all have for everything that's happening in this district, and seeing these students, the high-fiving, the knuckles, the hugs, just showcases it that our teachers are all in for kids. And it starts at this level in elementary, and it goes all the way through.